What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to continue with the African American fight series with a fighter by the name of Eddie Hudson. Eddie Hudson lived in Los Angeles, California, but he was born in San Francisco, California. He was a lightweight that stood 5 foot 6 inches. And he fought fighters such as Cleo Shane. Cleo Shane at the time had a record of 56-3. He would defeat Cleo Shane. Cleo Shane had a lot of ring experience. I did a bio on Cleo Shane. Just type in Cleo Shane, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series, and you would see that video. He would fight Leo Ruddock. Leo Ruddock was a very experienced fighter. He'd been in there with Henry Armstrong and all of the greats in the past. At the time, Leo Ruddock had a fight record of 76-22. He would get a draw with Leo Ruddock. Eddie Hudson would face Eugene Bolanos. Eugene Bolanos had a record at the time of 28-5. He would lose to Eugene Bolanos. But Eugene Bolanos fought out of the West Coast. He fought a lot in the Olympic Auditorium Stadium in California. And he was a good two-fisted fighter who knew how to move from side to side. And he was a well-seasoned fighter. He would fight Jimmy Doyle. At the time, Jimmy Doyle had a fight record of 16-5. He would lose to Jimmy Doyle. But like I said, Jimmy Doyle at the time had a fight record of 16-5. He would fight Bobby Yeager. At that time, Bobby Yeager had a fight record of 18-6. He would defeat Bobby Yeager, so that was a very good win for him. So let's take a look at Eddie Hudson's ring career. Now, Eddie Hudson was born in San Francisco, California. He stood 5 foot 6 inches, and he began his professional career in 1942. He was placed on a card on September 25th, 1942, against a fighter by the name of Izzy Vigil. Izzy Vigil and Eddie Hudson would fight in San Francisco, and they would receive a draw. Anytime you hear me pause, I'm double-checking myself, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information. On September 28th, 1942, he would fight a fighter by the name of Leroy Wade in San Francisco, California. He would win that fight. On October 27th, he would fight Tariq White, San Francisco, California, and earn a 3-round draw. White suffered a cut lip, and the bout was called a draw. November 4th, he would face Manuel Ramos in Oakland, California. He would defeat him, and that would be a good victory for Eddie Hudson. On November 16th, he would face Manuel Azteca, San Francisco, California, and he would get a 6-round draw. November 20th, he would face Henry Paz, San Francisco, California. He would defeat him in 6 rounds. He would have another fight on December 2nd, San Francisco, California. He would lose that fight in 8 rounds. 1943, January 15th. He had a very good year. He would face Al Spencer, San Francisco, California. He would lose 6 rounds, but he would come back on March 9th and fight Jimmy Florita, Stockton. He would lose 10 rounds. April 27th, Glover Frazier, San Francisco. He would be stopped in 3 rounds. May 5th, Ray Smith, San Francisco. He would lose in 6 rounds. May 12th, Ray Smith, Oakland, California. He would have a 4-round draw. He would face Bobby Yeager twice. He would lose 1 and win 1. And he would face Bobby Yeager again in San Francisco, and he would defeat him in 8 rounds. Milo Santa Cruz, Los Angeles. He would knock him out in 2 rounds. He would be stopped by Matt Gillespie at Ocean Park. He would be stopped in 9 rounds. And he would have a couple of more fights he would stop by. But in 1944, he would knock out Johnny Armando, Hollywood, California. He would knock him out in 1 round. Now, that's January 7th in 1944. January 28th, 1944, he would face a fighter by the name of Eddie Marcus, Los Angeles, California. He would lose in 6 rounds, but you got to understand that Eddie Marcus was a very good and experienced fighter. He had fought a lot of fighters in his time, so by the time he got to Eddie Hudson, he was well prepared for Eddie Hudson. On March 29th, 1944, he would face Pete Valatos, Oakland, California, who would defeat him in 6 rounds, and that was a very good win for Eddie Hudson. He would fight Freddie Long in Hollywood, California, knocking him out in 4 rounds on April 21st, 1944. And as you can see here, he has a full fight schedule throughout the year of 1944. He would fight Don Lemos, May 26th, Hollywood, California. He would defeat him in 6 rounds. He would only lose 2 fights that year, actually. He would lose to Matt Oglesby in Hollywood, California. He would lose a 10-round decision. We don't know if that decision went left or right, but on record, he lost 10 rounds. That was on August 11th of 1944. He would face Cleo Shane, December 22nd, San Diego, California. He would knock him out in 8 rounds. 1945, January 12th, he would face Leo Ruddock, San Diego, California. He would have a 10-round draw. Now, like I said to you before, Leo Ruddock was a well-experienced fighter. He's been in there with Henry Armstrong, many fighters of the greats of that time. And he got a draw against Leo Ruddock in 1945. He would face Cleo Shane January 19th, 1945 in Hollywood, California. He would lose to Cleo Shane. He would face Al Spencer, San Diego. He would lose to Al Spencer. So at this point of Eddie Hudson's career, he was basically just going in there and winning and losing. He would be on 6-round cards. He would be on 8-round cards. He would be on 10-round cards. So his life was basically to work and earn a living. And anytime they called him to fight, he would show up. And whether he was prepared or not, he would get in the ring. And he would win some fights and would lose some fights. He would fight Freddie Dawson November 30th, 1945 in New Orleans. And he would lose to Freddie Dawson in 10 rounds. He would fight Larry Cisneros, Hollywood, California. He would lose to him in 10 rounds, December 14th. So what I want to do is I just want to give accolades to these fighters for their accomplishments. They were fighters that deserve to be recognized. Like I said, these were not your top-rated fighters. And nor am I trying to make them out to be. I'm just trying to give recognition and pay homage to these fighters because they got in the ring and risked their lives for our entertainment, and they deserve to be recognized. So this is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. This is part of the African American Fight series. I want to thank you for watching. Salute to my subscribers. This was Eddie Hudson. One love.